Well, hello there, you beautiful, beautiful, amazing, wonderful, wonderful, beautiful people. It's Friday. We made it. This is video 1 of 3. Keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, hit like. Do it now. I'll wait. Thank you very much. We've got incoming witnesses. And this is an article that we're going to look over, which proves that, or seems to prove that leaks are still happening and they're still talking shit. And it still bothers me that for some people, these kind of places are their only conduit to news. Only conduit to news. It's an absolute shit show. But look, what does this do? What does this do? Because look, if we look at how they've worded this, look. Bryan Kohberger's past life looms as new witnesses could reveal intimate details at Idaho murders trial. Now, we have seen in the court docs, there was lots of things that that I would suggest are more boilerplate stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like saying they're going to dig into mental health stuff. Like some people believed that it was an attempt to say that the defense were going to go over all the mental health stuff to try and excuse Bryan Kohberger for what he did, when again I think that was just boilerplate terminology saying that the likelihood is that during this trial all of this stuff is going to be dug into, which is going to be an attempt from the prosecution to paint this picture of Bryan Kohberger, which you're going to see in this article. They do exactly the same. It's fucking ludicrous, but it does answer some questions as well, which some people are completely ignoring. Oh, and by the way, before I had a message. I had a comment yesterday saying, "Oi, Ash, my 14-year-old granddaughter heard you say about sucking your nuts. Not cool." I don't know whether you mistook this channel for Ryan's World, but it's not Ryan's World. This isn't a children's channel. If I make videos for children, then I'm going to list them as made for kids, which then strips down your ability to send me stupid fucking comments like that. Why would you ever sit there? If you've watched this channel previously, then why would you ever let your 14-year-old granddaughter watch? That's beyond me. Anyway, I just want to get that off my chest, because it was trying to make out like it was my fault. Like I was babysitting. Get the fuck. Anyway, Bryan Kohberger's past life looms as new witnesses could reveal intimate details at Idaho murders trial. Bryan Kohberger's past life is set to fall under the spotlight in his upcoming capital trial, with several people in Pennsylvania now called to appear as witnesses in the case. I believe that the vast majority of these witnesses that they mention here are actually defense witnesses, but we'll get to that. We'll get to it. In a new court document filed in Pennsylvania, 5 individuals, including former professor at DeSales University and a woman who works at a boxing gym where he used to train, were hit with summons connected to the trial. The group was ordered to appear for a hearing on June 30th to show why they should not be called to testify in the high-profile trial in Idaho this summer. Well, at least we know that there's no slam dunk image of Bryan Kohberger walking into the room, which we were told previously that was the case. Among the names on the list were DeSales University professor Michelle Bolger, not Marie Bolger, as this is a name that was floating around the inebriated cock channel. It's unlike guilt, isn't it, to get the little details wrong? But yeah, Michelle Bolger, who taught the accused quadruple killer during his criminal justice master's degree. Bolger has previously revealed her shock at hearing what her former student was accused of, telling DailyMail.com, in the days after his arrest, she was shocked as shit. "I'm shocked as shit what he's been accused of. I don't believe it, but I get it," she said. Like, what is that about? "I'm shocked as shit." This is the one who said that he was basically the best fucking student that she's ever worked with. She's literally said, "I'm shocked as shit. I don't believe it," but caveats that with, "but I get it." So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. "He's a brilliant student," she added at the time. Others summoned as witnesses include Ann Parham, who was an advisor at Koberger's school, and Jesse Harris, who works at a boxing gym where the suspect used to work out. Da-da-da-da-da. There she is, look. Mary. Sorry, Michelle. Don't look like a Mary. The 30-year-old suspect used to box every day at the gym, according to a 2015 job application previously reported by Fox News. Two other mystery individuals, Ralph Vecchio and Maggie Sanders, not a mystery anymore, have also been summoned. It is not clear from the court documents what the purpose of their trial testimony would be, or whether they are being sought as witnesses by the defense or prosecution. However, this comes just days after Koberger's team filed an amended mitigation witness list with the Court of Idaho. The list was sealed, keeping it shrouded in secrecy. Koberger is due to go on trial this August, charged with the November 13th, 2022 murders of Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogans, Anna Knodel, and Evan Chapin in a horrific crime that shocked the nation. The suspect is accused of breaking into a three-story off-campus home in the heart of the college town of Moscow, Idaho, and stabbing the victims to death. Check this out. This takes a turn in a second. Two other roommates survived, one of them coming face-to-face with the masked killer moments after the attack. Came face to face. Koberger was connected to the murders, check the verbiage, after his DNA was found on a K-bar leather knife sheath at the scene. So literally, let's cut out all of the other stuff and just go down to after his DNA was found on a K-bar knife sheath, leather knife sheath at the scene. Bang, done. And then it says, prosecutors also found cell phone records placing him outside the student home multiple times prior to the murders, as well as surveillance footage showing a vehicle matching his car speeding away. Bang! There you go. Job done. And that little segment there is as damaging as it gets. And just remember, if you are someone who you purely get your news from sources like this, not only do you need your head given a wobble, but look, it is what it is. That's what you're reading. Let's just put that in a context, right? Bearing in mind, if you're someone who is on the fence still, I'm not even going to mention the guilt, because hell, I've just read that, and that's why they believe you don't need a trial. I've literally got someone in the comments who I converse with frequently who are saying we basically don't need the trial now. Don't need a trial. I already know he's guilty and deserves to be executed. And this could be someone who goes into the jury pool. So let's just read that again. And if you're, like I say, if you're a pro-burger, if you're someone who doesn't believe they've shown enough, or you're on the fence and you've been looking at all the other stuff and you know everything that there is to know, not just someone who skim reads shit or just listens to other people who are biased tell you what's going on. Koberger was connected to the murders after his DNA was found on a K-bar leather knife sheath at the scene. Prosecutors also found cell phone records placing him outside the student home multiple times prior to the murders, as well as surveillance footage showing a vehicle matching his car speeding away. Wowza. Fucking wow. He was arrested on December the 30th, 2022 in his parents' home in Poconos Mountains in Pennsylvania, the region where he grew up. If convicted, he faces the death penalty. With the trial looming, Koberger's defense has made a string of last-ditch efforts to save him from the firing squad, seeking a delay to the trial and pointing to an alternate suspect. Ironically, one of the reasons why they're seeking a delay is for that highlighted piece of verbiage there, alongside the actual breaking of the gag order, very likely by investigating law enforcement or the prosecution. Make that make sense. Just 3 months before his trial, Koberger's lawyers claim to have identified an alternate suspect they say could be the real killer. As it stands, the identity of this suspect or suspects and what evidence the defense has that could tie them to the brutal murders remains a mystery, as the filings remain under seal. Based on comments made by his attorneys, the alternate suspect appears to be someone who cropped up during the initial law enforcement investigation. In a hearing on April 9th, Koberger's lead attorney, Ann Taylor, told the court she had found a lead on another suspect buried among a trove of tips collected by police. Buried in 51 or 52 terabytes of documentation, no doubt. She also previously revealed the defense's plans to argue Koberger was framed by someone planting his DNA at the crime scene and that two people must have committed the crime using two weapons. It'll be interesting to see what happens at this hearing. I know what people are going to be saying. It's just throwing enough shit at the wall. But look, at this moment in time, Brian Koberger was innocent. He's innocent till proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, like it or not. That's just the way it is. Yes, some people choose to treat it differently and believe that he's already deserved of the firing squad, and I get it, especially when I read stuff like that, and I understand that some people just simply get their news and make their opinions from those kind of tabloid hit pieces. But look, it is what it is. We try and make a dent on the daily, and sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but I'm going to continue to do so. And until it is guaranteed and it's proven to be beyond a reasonable doubt he did it, then I'm going to stand in his corner and try to fight for what I believe is right, and that is that everybody does deserve the benefit of the doubt. But some people agree, some people don't, and to those who don't agree, fuck off. Love you all, and I'll catch you all in the next one.